Hare Krishna. Today we are going to discuss very important verse of Bhagavad Gita, that is text number 13 of chapter 2 Sankhya Yoga. Dehino smin yathā dehe kaumāraṁ yauvanam jarā tathā dehāntara-prāptir dhīras tatra na muhyati. This shloka is very famous for recitation. It is recommended to remember this shloka again and again. In Brahmachari ashram, this shloka is by-hearted by every brahmachari. Dehino smin yathā dehe, dehinaḥ, the embodied soul, the soul which is within the body, that is called as dehina, asmin, in this body, dehe, dehina asmin yathā dehe, kaumāraṁ yauvanam jarā, from the boyhood to the youth, yauvanam, yauvanam means youth, jarā means old age. So the body is continuously undergoing changes under the supervision of the soul. As the embodied soul continuously passes in the body from boyhood to the youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at the time of death. Tathā dehāntara-prāptir dhīras tatra na muhyati. Dhīra means a sober person is not bewildered by such a change. Na muhyati, do not bewilder. So the living entity is an individual soul. Each is changing his body every moment, manifesting sometimes as a child, sometimes as a youth, and sometimes as an old man. Even the scientists have declared that after 7 years, every cell of the body changes. The body completely changes in 7 years of the biological duration of the body. So you can imagine our body completely changes. Yet the spirit soul is there and does not undergo any change. This individual soul finally changes the body at the time of death and transmigrates to another body, just like we changes the dress. And since it is sure to have another body in the next birth, either material or spiritual, there was no cause of lamentation by Arjuna on account of death, either for Bhīṣma or Droṇacharya, for whom he was so much concerned. Rather, he should rejoice for changing the bodies from old to new one. Simply like we become very joyful when we get a new dress, right? Similarly, rejuvenating their energy will help them by changing the body. Such changes of the body account for variety of enjoyment or suffering, according to one's own work in life, according to karma. So Bhīṣma and Droṇa, being noble souls, were surely going to have a spiritual body in their next life, or at least the life of heavenly planets for superior enjoyment of material existence. So in either case, there was no cause of lamentation for Arjuna. Any man who has perfect knowledge of the constitutional position of the individual soul, the super soul, and nature, both material and spiritual, is called dhīraḥ, dhīras tatra na muhyati, or a sober man. Such a man is never deluded by the changes of the bodies. Dhīras tatra na muhyati. The Mayavadi theory of oneness of the spirit soul cannot be entertained on the ground that the spirit soul cannot be cut into pieces as a fragmental portion. Such a cutting into different individual souls would make the supreme cleavable or changeable against the principle of the supreme soul being unchangeable. As confirmed in Gita, the fragmental portions of the Supreme exist eternally, sanatana, and are called as kshara. So we all are kshara. Kshara means we have a tendency to fall down into material nature, that is Chuta, and Krishna is Achyuta. These fragmental portions are eternal, and even after liberation, the individual soul remains the same, part and parcel, fragmental. But once liberated, he lives an eternal life in the bliss and knowledge with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This theory of reflection can be applied to the Super Soul, who is present in each and every individual body and is known as Paramatma. So I have my Paramatma, you have your Paramatma, and every individual soul has its own Paramatma, the extension of the Krishna. He is different from the individual living entity. When the sky is reflected in water, the reflection represents both the sun and the moon and the stars also. The stars are compared to the living entities, and the sun and moon is like the Supreme Lord. The individual fragmental spirit soul is represented by Arjun, and the Supreme Soul is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. They are not on the same level, as it will be apparent in the beginning of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. If Arjun is on the same level with Krishna, and Krishna is not superior to Arjun, then their relationship of instructor and instructed becomes meaningless. If both of them are deluded by the illusory energy Maya, then there is no need of one being instructor and one being instructed. Such an instruction would be useless if both are in the clutches of Maya. No one can be authoritative instructor if he is in Maya. Under these circumstances, it is admitted that Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord, superior in the position to the living entity, and Lord Krishna is not in Maya. Lord Krishna is controlling Maya. Arjuna, who is forgotten soul deluded by Maya. So we are all like Arjuna, the living entity, and Krishna is Supreme Lord, the Super Soul. We are soul, and soul's soul is Super Soul. Dehino smin yathā dehe kaumāraṁ yauvanam jarā, tathā dehāntara-prāptir dhīras tatra na muhyati. Hare Krishna.